Well, that was definitely a mistake. Hi, I'm Britt. I've been getting dressed every day for the last year. Welcome to the series where I share my discoveries. Like I said in my first video, I had no strategy when I started. I knew I wanted to get dressed every day. I knew I wanted to rediscover my love of clothing and find a way to give myself a dopamine hit each and every day. But that was it. I didn't know what my personal style was. I knew I didn't like a lot of the things in my closet. I really began quite simply by looking for things that I liked. I thrifted pieces, I found pieces secondhand, I bought some things new, but it was a free-for-all. Isn't necessarily the best way to start. Definitely wasted money. And I've tried since then to be more responsible, and even the things that I purchased during that time that I never ended up continuing to use, I've tried to keep out of landfills. One thing about the way I started, I do recommend to embrace the idea of play. As adults, we're not encouraged to play very much, but it's actually a hugely important part of our well-being and our mental health. If you're like me though, play as a kid was not an option. I'm a very typical eldest daughter. I do suffer from CPTSD, and playing as a child was not safe for me. In fact, clothing specifically was a big, frivolous waste of time. So I knew for me, it was going to take practice and some experimentation in order to really learn how to play as an adult. So I started easy. I picked favorite colors, silhouettes that looked attractive or comfortable to me. And as you can imagine, I was all over the place. However, I was starting to have fun. I tried to let the experimentation and the ups and downs of trial and error not bother me or slow me down. I continued to get dressed, and I continued to have the idea that I was playing dress up. And that helped the stakes not feel so high. It helped it feel more playful and low commitment. But the more I practiced, the easier it became. And I would say maybe about 8 weeks in, I was already starting to get a much better sense of what worked for me and what didn't. There's so many great options out there like Nuuly or Rent the Runway, so that you can try things out temporarily and then send them back safely. Because remember, this is not a tattoo, this isn't a relationship, this is not a permanent thing. You can try things out, but try your best to have an attitude that says, we're playing dress up, and I don't have to take this so seriously. Thanks for joining me for part 2. Part 3, where I will start discussing when I got serious about honing in on my personal style and the different techniques I used to really decide what was for me and what wasn't.